Hey there, Julia here. Today we are looking at a new pen from Nahvalur or Narwhal, however you go. But today I'm just going to be giving you my initial thoughts, talk a little bit about the features, do some ink matching, do a writing sample, and then of course answer the question, who is this pen for? This one is a brand new one. It is a Goldspot Pens exclusive, and they did send me this over to review. So thank you to them. But let's slide her out. This is the Nebulosa Laguna, love that name, model, the original plus. So obviously, like right off the bat, a very pretty looking pen, a stunner. Like, look at the resin on here. Gorgeous mix of turquoise, teals, gold, purple, and white. So this pen's material is diamond cast material. Mostly I've seen it on SDs. There's the Rocky Top SD that I have, the collab with Ferris Wheel Press, that same sort of diamond cast where they take like diamond dust particles and infuse it in the resin. So it's very subtle, but you can see it kind of sparkling there. So yeah, Mackenzie diamond cast. And so I think it's important to note as well, you can see the swirl on this pen, and every pen is a little bit different as far as the way that the swirls look and the color distribution. I feel like I got a nice mix of all the colors here, but all of them are unique. And there's 200 pens in this initial launch. Nib sizes that are available: fine, medium, broad, 1.1 stub. It's a stainless steel nib. I went with the fine nib because I always say I'm a fine first girly. I do love just about all nib sizes for different things, but for like everyday writing in my planner, journaling, 9 times out of 10, you're going to catch me with a fine nib. Look at that grip section. It definitely lives up to the name Nebulosa Laguna. So yeah, you get a little space, a little water, and I dig that. So apparently, maybe this is the only pen that does the Mackenzie diamond cast with a vac filler. So this pen is a vac filler. So you unscrew that, you pull it up, you dip it in the ink, you press it down, you screw it back on, you're good to go. But we are gonna fill this up a little bit later. Hearing that it's a vac filler, we know that it has a rather large ink capacity, and just knowing about the Narwhal Original Plus and having experience with that pen before, I think I'm gonna like this quite well. I'll actually show you a couple more of this model of pen just so you can kind of see what they typically look like and what the ink capacity is like. Okay, these are the other 2 original pluses. These are the other 2 that I have. And so you can see, I still have water in here, but you can see how much ink you really get in these pens. So very cool, especially on the go. Vac pens are great for travel because you don't have to worry about A, running out of ink, B, any kind of burping or spillage while in the air. So I love taking vac filler pens with me. So yeah, let's do one of my favorite things to do with fountain pens that are colorful like this is to do some ink matching. Pick an ink and let's fill it up for the first time. Okay, this is my ink directory log, pen and ink directory. We will talk about this and I'll show it off a little later, but not in this video. You're just gonna have to go with me here for a little bit. So we're gonna look in the blue section first. Blue Yosemite Falls looks pretty good here. Let's get to our teals and turquoise. Ooh, tumultuous tides. That looks like a solid match to me. Even these darker colors match pretty well. This is Wolf Point by Colorverse. And then here are my samples. Diamine Aurora Borealis is pretty good. Ooh, look at this Spearmint Diva. That is a pretty solid match as well. Let's check in on like yellow gold colors because I know I don't have too many of those. Yeah, either one of these would be lovely. Look at that plated gold tress. Okay, let's also look at some purples. Yeah, just about any of these purples would fit the bill. Got Raise a Glass by Diamine. Aureolus by Ferris Wheel Press. Wow. And as a person that likes to match their pen to their inks, I like when I have like multiple color family choices. Ooh, that Izzy Monster is really pretty as well. Okay, so I think I'm going to ink this up with Ferris Wheel Press Tumultuous Tides, which is this like lovely turquoise color with some shimmer. And then from there, we'll do some of the weight and size comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So let's fill this up. You're gonna untwist, pull, stick it down in the ink. You're gonna let me do this. Ferris Wheel Press is weird with their bottle size. I might need to decant this into an ink miser and then fill it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do an ink miser, but perfect time to demo one of those, right? Okay, I have my ink miser here to help us out. And this is great for like piston fillers or if you're getting close to using up all of your ink in a bottle. Okay, same story here. We've pulled up on this back section. I'm gonna put it all the way in there, push, screw it back in place. Wipe down the grip and nib, though I'll still probably get ink on my fingers because that's how I roll. Okay, before we get writing, let's look at the size and weight of this one. And we're gonna do it compared to a Lamy Safari. Since that's a really common pen, I think it's a good standard to understand where this pen falls in line. So capped, we can see that the original Plus is just a little bit taller than the Lamy Safari here. This original Plus is not postable, so you would not be writing with it with the cap. This is postable, but for the sake of comparison, let's do this. I had to look super close myself, but barely. The original Plus is barely taller than the Lamy Safari without the cap. And you can also tell the difference in the grip size here. The Lamy Safari has a much longer grip section than the original Plus. Let's do a little weight comparison as well. Okay, the Lamy Safari is 10 grams uncapped, and the original Plus is 20 grams, so double the weight of a Lamy Safari. I don't really notice that it's super heavy or anything. I just think a Lamy Safari is a light pen. Okay, I'm gonna pull out my ink journal here and we will do a writing sample. Okay, so I just finished my writing sample. I had a little bit of time writing with the pen. This isn't a long writing session, but it is longer than just writing quick tasks and even more than I would write in my 5-year journal at a time. So for me, this is a longer writing session, and overall it was pretty good. I don't feel that much stress or anything in my wrists, but I don't know, something about the Nahvalur or narwhal nib, I can't put my finger on it. It's smooth, it's comfortable, I love it, but it just feels a little different. I was talking to my friend Kirsten about them today, actually, and maybe the nib just feels a little heavier, if that makes sense. The analogy I used, and this is probably a silly one, but if you're used to wearing sandals all the time and then you go on vacation to a cold climate and have to wear boots, like you can still have cute boots, you can still get around just fine, and they're comfortable and all of that, but it's just a different sensation. Not a bad one, just different. It definitely feels more substantial, which, you know, also is a good thing. You feel like you're getting what you're paying for here. So yeah, my initial thoughts are that it's very pretty. It's giving me Space Lake, also like a New Orleans vibe, Mardi Gras celebrations. Yeah, the resin is just really, really pretty. I love that it's a vac filler with some pizzazz. I think a lot of vac fillers that I see are pretty basic as far as the design on the pen itself. So I think this pen would be for someone who likes more ink capacity, who's maybe moving around with their pens a little bit more and don't want to have to worry about if there's enough ink in the pen to get them through the day. So definitely, you know, maybe somebody that works at an office off-site, maybe someone who likes to go to journal meetups or travels and journals while they're away. Yeah, overall, I do think this is a very nice, sturdy pen. You get a little bit of that custom maker look with the versatility of having that vac filler. So something that I don't hear about a lot in pen reviews that I need to remind myself to ask when I'm buying pens in person, or I need to just consider this whenever I'm looking at pens, is how do you clean it? So there are 2 ways to clean this pen, and this is where I'm probably going to get a little messy, just knowing my tendencies. So I think the typical way you would clean this pen is unscrewing this, pulling out this back section with water. You would be in water. I just want you to see the ink come out, push down, and repeat. So you're in water and just kind of doing this in several cups of water until you have clear water. And that's fine. But with these Original Plus pens, this is how I clean it. I grab a paper towel, I unscrew the nib unit, pull it out. Here's the nib unit, which yes, you can interchange this with other narwhal nibs. And you can see straight down in the pen. And so what I would do, and I don't have more water with me, but I would stick a bulb syringe in here or a pipette full of water and just blast it in here, and it cleans up pretty quick. So you don't have to do this repetitive motion over and over again to clean this out. And so once you have it all cleaned out, you can just stick the nib unit back in here and screw it back on. Push and screw, push and screw. And so with that, I think it makes it a very easy, clean job, and I'm always for that. So overall, yes, I really like this pen. I'm excited to get a little more use out of it so I can form more of an opinion on it. But thank you so much to Goldspot for sending this over. Definitely check the description below if you want to pick one of these up for yourself. Let me know what you think of this pen. I'm very excited. It's on my radar. I love my other original pluses, so I'm sure I will love this one as well. Definitely give this video a like if you've learned something new or just enjoy pretty pens. Consider subscribing to the channel if you love fountain pens, inks, planning, and journaling. And if you like pen reviews, because hopefully I'll be doing a few more of those along with other fountain pen shenanigans. If you're looking for something else to watch right now, I will point you to my latest right here and I will catch you over there. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.